Hey, what's up guys? It's Rob. I hope you're having a great summer. Today I'm going to show you how to make the origami rose. This is a really fun model to make and it makes for an awesome gift. It was originally designed by Toshikazu Kawasaki, and even though it's a standard rose, it's still an advanced model and I don't recommend it for beginners. If you haven't seen my other origami tutorials like the paper crane, the origami butterfly, the gift box, or even the boomerang, I would check those out first by clicking on any one of these links. What you're going to need for this tutorial is a piece of standard printer paper, or if you have colored printer paper, that'll work fine also. I've split the tutorial into two parts, and this first part covers how to make the origami rose base. So once you have a piece of paper or origami paper, you're ready to go. The first thing we need to do is to convert the printer paper into a square. So we're going to take this corner and we're going to align the top edge with the side edge by folding it across. Once it's neatly lined up, you can make a crease along this new fold here. And I want you to use your fingernail to make really sharp creases all throughout the rose tutorial because it will make folding the rose a little bit easier. Then you can remove this excess paper by either tearing it or cutting it. If you do cut it, it will come out a little bit neater. And you'll also have this excess paper, and you want to hold on to this excess paper because this is what we're going to use to make the stems of the origami roses. So once you have this paper, you can then unfold it, and you'll notice we have a crease going this way in the paper. So now we could take the upper left corner and fold it down to the lower right corner. Line it up as best you can, and then make a crease. So when you open up the paper, you'll now see that you have an X in it. Now you could take the top edge of the paper and fold it down to the bottom edge of the paper. And again, just make a crease and use your fingernail. So when you open it, you'll see you have an X and a horizontal line in the middle. What you want to do now is to take the top and bottom edges and fold it onto this midline that we now have. So take the top edge and fold it down to that midline and make a crease. And do the same with the bottom edge. So when you unfold it, you'll now see that we have 4 horizontal sections. We're going to do the same going this way now, so just rotate the paper so that these lines are vertical, and then you could do the same by taking the top edge, folding the paper down in half, and make a crease. Open it up, and then once again fold the top and bottom edges onto the midline. So once you unfold now, you will notice that you have an X in the paper, and you also have 16 squares in the paper as well. Once you have a piece of paper that looks like this, we're going to take the bottom half of the paper and fold it up to the top half and make sure everything is nice and flat. For the next fold, I'd like you to just visualize the distance between the bottom end here and this first horizontal fold, this distance here. Now, if you split that distance into thirds, we're going to fold up the very bottom third of the paper. So to help you visualize this, I have drawn on another model. Now, by all means, you do not have to draw on a model to understand this. However, I've just done this to make it easier for you to see. We're going to fold up the very bottom third of that distance. So you're going to fold it up just like that, and as you'll see, the amount that we have folded up, this space here, is the same space, same distance as the distance from the edge to that fold there. So we're going to fold the bottom edge up until the distance that we have folded up is equal to the distance that we have remaining to that first horizontal fold. Just like that. So as you'll see, it's about the same, this distance is about the same as the distance that we have remaining. So it looks like half and half. Okay? Then you can make a crease along that new fold, and then you can unfold everything. And as you'll see, we now have those two new folds here. Now we're going to do the same the other way. So just rotate the paper, take the bottom half, fold it up to the top half, and then again we're going to fold the bottom edge up. And as you'll see, you should see little squares here when you do that. Make a crease on this portion as well. Then when you unfold everything, you'll notice that it looks like this. Okay, so I've drawn 4 lines on those new creases that we've just created. Those 4 creases need to be mountain folds. So what you do is you just fold downwards on that crease here, and then you can also fold downwards on this crease, and now they're mountain folds. But in the middle, this crease here needs to be a valley fold. So a valley fold just means that it's folded upwards like that. So a mountain fold means that you're folding downwards on it. A valley fold means that it's folded upwards. So you have a mountain, a valley, and a mountain, and that creates what looks like an M. So just close those 2 creases together, and then run your fingernail against both of them. And then do the same with the other 2. Fold downwards on this one, fold downwards on this one here, and then just join the 2 by pushing downwards in the middle to create a valley fold in the middle. And then just run your fingernail against those 2 also. So it should look like this. Now we're going to flip the model over. And as you'll see, I drew a little box with a cross in it here. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold on one of the diagonals. It doesn't matter which one. So just fold like that. And I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold the model now on the left side of this cross here. So I want to hold it like that. And as you'll see, this is kind of sticking up here. I'm going to push directly on the corner of this little box I have here. So if I push here like that, these are now valley folds, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to lift this corner up in between these 2 folds here. What you want to first do though is you're going to push on that little line there. So you want to push on that line, and you're going to pinch these 2 folds together, just like that. And now what you're going to do is you're going to lift up this corner in between these 2 folds. So you're going to lift up this corner in between those 2 folds, just like that. Okay, and then just give it a good crease. And then you're going to do the same with the left side now. They're directly opposite. So as you'll notice, you can't really push there if it's not open. So what you do is you're just going to push outwards on it like this. And then all you need to do is to poke or push on the corner of this little box there. You might need to just unfold some parts of it if it gets a little wrinkled. So it should look like this. And then you're going to push right in the corner, and you're going to squeeze these 2 edges together now. Make sure that these are valley folds in the corner. And then what you need to do is you just need to lift up this corner in between those 2 folds like that. And then just flatten it out like that. And you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take this little tip here, and we're going to fold it down so that it is flush with the rest of the triangle here. So just fold it down like this. until it's flush with the rest of the triangle, just like that. Then you can unfold it, and then we're going to take the tip and we're going to fold it directly onto that line, onto that fold that we just made. So just take the tip and fold it down like that, and then you could just crease it really good also. And then you could unfold that part too. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the model, and as you'll see, this is where we tucked in this corner here, and this is where we tucked in that corner. We're going to do the same with this corner and this corner now. So just hold it like this, and you want to take these two mountain folds now, the ones that are sticking up, and you're going to squeeze these two together, and now you should be able to lift this corner up in between those two. So just pinch these two together like that. And this is kind of forming what looks like an X here. So just pinch these two together now, lift this up, and then just give it a nice crease. Then these two, you can also pinch together like that. And then you could lift up this corner in between those two creases. So when you're done, you should have something that looks like this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to flatten the model out, and we're also going to flatten these little mountain folds out. When we do that, we want to give them a counterclockwise spin. So this mountain fold is going to go up, this mountain fold is going to go to the left, this one's going to go down, and this one is going to go to the right. So what you need to do is just give this little X in the middle a counterclockwise spin like that, and then gently push down on everything. So you'll see here, this fold should be down, this one should be to the right, this one should be up, and this one should be to the left, just like that. And when you do that, this X should sort of stick up in the middle. And what you're going to do now is you're going to flatten this out. To do that, we're going to pull on two opposite parts of the X gently. So just gently push down on it like this, and then do the same with the other two. And it will sort of inflate or bubble up, and then what you can do is just gently push down on it until it flattens out and turns into a square. So just push on that. It doesn't matter if it's a little wrinkled, it's not going to make a big difference in the end. But try to get it as neat as possible and flatten it out. So it should look something like this. So this is known as the rose base. And now you have these flaps flattened out. Remember, they're going in a counterclockwise direction. And when you flip it, you'll also notice you have 4 flaps here as well. Thanks for watching part 1 of my tutorial for the origami rose. I hope you found it helpful and that you were able to complete the rose base. To get to part 2, all you need to do is to either click the link on my hand or click one of the links in the video description or series playlist above. Before you go, don't forget to leave me a comment below. Any questions, feedback, or video responses, post them below and I'll be sure to take a look at them. Also, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up by clicking the like button down to the left. And if you want to follow my videos or subscribe for further notification, all you need to do is to click the subscribe or follow button above.